Joining me now from Palm Beach, Florida, political activist Laura Loomer. Laura, you have been deemed banned by Facebook. You're retaliating, more on that in just a minute, but you have been deemed dangerous and as a result banned by Facebook. What kind of evidence did they give you to deem you as dangerous?
Well, thanks for having me. I was permanently banned from Facebook and Instagram on May 2nd of this year. And when I was banned, Facebook, of course, labeled me as a dangerous individual, along with a few other people who all happened to be high-profile conservatives, and then Louis Farrakhan. They didn't provide any evidence whatsoever. It actually just looked like a hit job on some of Trump's most high-profile supporters, because they embargoed the release with some radical left-wing news publications ahead of time. And these people were asking me for comments on my ban before I was even banned. So I actually got to see myself get banned in live time on Facebook and Instagram.
So in other words, they were colluding in a sense, and they were almost setting you up for you to say something that may violate their code of conduct. Facebook does have community standards, quote, community standards, and they're right there on the website. And among them is, quote, those involved in terrorist activity, organized hate, mass or serial murder, human trafficking, or organized violence or criminal activity. As I said, you're retaliating. You're not just taking this sitting down per se, and you're suing for $3 billion, which happens to be about 5% of the net value of Facebook, by the way. It's a rather large number. Do you believe that Facebook actually believes that you've met the threshold of violating that code of conduct?
No, I didn't violate any of their terms of service. And this lawsuit is actually a defamation case, because when Facebook branded me as a dangerous individual, they also made it so that nobody would want to work with me. They've caused me to lose a lot of income. They've damaged my reputation. They're essentially branding me as some sort of digital online Jewish terrorist. And meanwhile, the same week that they banned me, a whistleblower from Facebook came out and showed that Facebook was actually auto-generating advertisements for ISIS. And so I would like to ask Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg and Sheryl Sandberg, am I really more dangerous than ISIS? Am I more dangerous than Hamas and Antifa and the Muslim Brotherhood, all of which are terrorist organizations that are allowed on Facebook? You know, it's just absolutely egregious. And then to make matters even worse, the same day that I filed my lawsuit, Facebook updated their community standards page to say that it's okay for people to murder me. And so I released a report on my website, and you can see that they, for about 36 hours or so, or maybe even longer, they had a section that said that you're not allowed to post death threats unless you're posting death threats towards and inciting violence against those who Facebook deemed dangerous individuals. So that's me, that's Gavin McInnes, that's Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, Louis Farrakhan. Right. And so who gave them the authority? Are they the FBI now? Right?
Do you believe that the federal government should have a role in regulating them? Or do you believe that they're private entities and they can write their own rules, really not subject to the First Amendment?
They're really not private companies at the end of the day. When you look at big tech social media companies, they like to claim that they're private companies, but Google, Facebook, and Twitter are all companies that have been, engaged with contracts with the federal government, in contracts, of course, that are funded by taxpayer dollars. And so right now, essentially, companies like Google are using taxpayer dollars to implement bias against millions of conservative Americans and censor the president. You saw in the Project Veritas tapes that executives from Google are talking about doing anything in their power to make sure Trump doesn't win again.
Yeah.
It's absolutely time for these companies to be broken up. And I think that their executives need to be prosecuted because they clearly perjured themselves when they testified in front of Congress.
The free market would be nice to come up with some sort of conservative or at least alternative to Facebook, Twitter, and Google for that matter. That's my suggestion, that maybe there's a free market alternative to that. Meantime, this is an important case, the one that you're bringing against Facebook, because Facebook requires that we play by their rules, but Facebook also has to play by society's rules as well. Laura, good luck.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.